game one. Pidpad versus Wismaril. Pidpad won.
Yep.
Who reckoned that was going to happen?
We all put none, which I think suggests we did that one
right.
after it happened. So
I
wouldn't worry
fine.
about
Balls beat Crunchy Chops 3-0.
that. Okay, so Bugger, but you, Spider, and Danton all get points.
Great. Spider beat DeWalker 1-0.
You, Spider, and Galentio get a point.
What a legendary week.
This was the week where I just picked opposite of everyone at the end because I wasn't paying full attention, wasn't it?
And Varus beat Nitroxide 1-0.
I was the only one who got a point. Hurrah! That makes up for my opposite picking.
And then
Cool.
the last one on the card is Gimlick beat Bambala Cha 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 2-1.
Sad. Everyone else bet on Gimlick except for me.
Okay.
And Glentio went for a draw.
All right. Cool. So, match day 3.
Yep.
So it was match day 3. Now it's match day 4. So we're going to do match day 3 and then into match day 4. So, did anyone bet on any of these games before we go through?
Galentio and Spider did,
okay.
yes. And actually, I bet on one of the games because I did go in and bet on 3 games as well. You know, 2. I got that far into my betting.
Okay.
Anyway,
so it was Pidpad versus Balls was a draw 1-1. It looks like there's a bit of SPP there. So the thrower got 3. Dwarf Blitzers badly hurt. Oh, these are nice new icons, aren't they? MVP to a Dwarf Blocker. The other blocker got a Kaz as well, and so did the Treeman got a Kaz too.
What's the new icon? Like you're just not used to the Blood Bowl 3 icons yet.
No. The star and the badly hurt. I don't think that were they there before?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think they've been there like that for a while.
And then for balls, 3 on the ghoul, 2 on a zombie, 4 on another zombie. So that's obviously MVP. Who's already got Fend, which is quite funny. Good random to get.
I think you'll find that the new skills get added. So is it possible that he took Fend after getting those SPP?
Quite possibly.
Because I think the team sheet shows the current state, not the
previous state. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Not much to here. Just 1 Kaz course, but that's not true because something that's going to wreck our league, Corn Knight, I don't know if you saw the chat, is that the Treeman got a +2 for a casualty, so he got the SPP, but it doesn't register in the stats.
So
because it was a regen save, or have you got an update on that?
I don't have an update on that, but I have some theory bowling, and that is
what we like.
Inflicted casualties and received casualties are different numbers, right?
Right.
Inflicted casualties is casualties that cause SPP. So it'll be interesting to so yes, there is still probably the wrongness in that one of not picking up regened Kaz's, maybe. But then there's sustained casualties, and that's everyone who gets injured. So you might notice that they don't match, basically. So if you get surfed, you're in sustained, but you're not in inflicted.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And if you get fouled, and if you failed GFI and stuff like that, right? So they're two not the same things. But I think you're right. I think there is still an error in the
stat, how it's recorded.
In the stat that's recorded anyway because of regen. But personally, I think we should use sustained as the stat anyway, rather than inflicted, just because there'll be more of them and it'll average out over time anyway.
Okay, well,
but we can talk about that.
We can talk about that more later
at some point.
Don't have to do that now. Okay, but I guess more importantly, did anyone bet on a draw for that result?
Yes, Galentio got a point.
Oh, well done, Galentio. All right, next game was Spider's 3-0.
Wait a second.
Oh, go on.
How hard would it be for you?
Yeah.
To get the bit of the the sheet that has the match day on it, with the points on the screen. Remember how you used to have? There was some point we had an Excel sheet on the screen, right? We used an Excel cut as a.
I'll do it for next. I'll do it for next week. I'm not going to do it live, but maybe for next week I'll set it up.
Because now we have a working table that actually updates when as this happens. It might be good to have it on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can look at that. Maybe
no more manually adding numbers.
Yeah. I've just seen some names here on the Discord that we've not heard from for a while, like Dreamland, Berto. We haven't heard from them for a while, have we?
I think Dreamland. I chatted to not a while ago. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah. Anyway, just seeing their names, memories. But we got Toby back, so it swings and roundabouts. Anyway. Okay. Next game was Spider versus Wismaril. Now, Spider told us a bit about this game because he said that I think it was 1-0 at the end of his drive. He stopped the score, and then for the 3-0, he injured his own sore right.
Yeah. So he got the 2-0 quite easily because he turned over his opponent over Wiz, and then also scored in his drive quickly, or the other way around.
Yeah.
And then was going for the 2-turn at the end, and fucked his Saurus because of it.
Which you can see
which is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, a late game GFI, is that a bad idea?
I mean, so if you're really serious about it, and the really good players think about whether they should be doing 2 GFIs or a 3+, when the difference between the two things is 1%. Well, then 1% chance of injuring yourself should probably not be doing it for the sake of some SPP on a Saurus, right?
Yeah, I think.
And it probably wasn't even just 1%, right? He was probably rolling several dice that had more than one opportunity to fail. Just because he failed one of them doesn't mean that was the only dice, right?
Quite right, and there could have been molehills and all sorts.
I doubt he would have done it. Anyway, yeah. But
anyway, he's going to he was cursing. Well, not cursing, but he was lamenting, should we say?
Yeah,
he's
that's
down,
the right phrase. Yeah.
Down 2 Sauruses, Saurai, into next week, which is bad, really, for Lizards, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, the injury meta now in Blood Bowl 2020 is there's so many MNGs, and for a team like Lizards, I think it's probably one of the worst teams hit by it.
Yeah.
What with their linemen being so much worse than their positionals, and being so expensive as well.
Yeah,
quite a lot of teams can get away with positionals missing because when they're missing, it means they're getting lots of inducements. But the skinks are only 20 or 30k less than the Saurus, right? And they're one skink is really important for a Lizard team, or 2 maybe to keep the ball moving and stuff. Yeah. But when you start having more skinks than Saurus in the team, it really does worsen the team.
Absolutely. I mean, his opponent we'll look at next week later on, but yeah, they must. I'd say that's almost an instant lose to be down 2 Saurus from the off, right?
I mean, it's definitely going to be a hard game. I'm not going to say that, and I'm not just scared of saying that because I'm currently facing a Lizard team that's missing 2 Sauruses in a game on Saturday. But any team can win, but it will be harder with only 4 Saurus. Yes.
Yeah. So we're talking about injuries being more prevalent, and if we look at Blitz and Foul OCC, who is Spider's opponent, Wiz's team, then all right, it's goblins and snot, so it's underworld, so you expect a bit of red here, but again, you can see, he's only got 2 MNG for next game, so it's not awful.
But it is definitely the
the Blitz
underworld life is this, right? Every underworld team has. I've been looking at, obviously I'm playing Underworld in Rebel, and I took the lead of the longest match report, and the length of the match report is basically decided by how many permanent injuries you get. That was a good record, but I was overtaken a few days later by another Underworld team, and then another Underworld team overtook them. So it just seems to be normality essentially. Yeah, and when you're losing a bunch of snots and gobs, you can basically fire them and replace them, with the money you're getting anyway.
Exactly, it's not a problem per se, is it? But because you do have
You shouldn't be losing 3-0 to lizards, though. Just saying, Wiz.
But you shouldn't be losing. There we go. All right, next game is Merry Winemakers versus Serpent's Dominion. So that's Varus versus Crunky, and Varus on that one, home win, 2-0.
Well, Spider was the only one to get a bet in early enough to bet on that one, and he got it wrong. So no one gets points.
No one got points. Quick look at Varus's team: 3 MNG. This is going to be a theme this week, perhaps. So he's got a human retainer, 2 human retainers, and a thrower. He's missing next week. So, yeah, pretty rough. Serpent's Dominion, Crunky's team, just missing no one. So that's a lizard team who's got everyone in place for next week. Although we should add that this is a lizard team with only 2 Sauruses that were on the 3 Sauruses now that are on the roster. 4. Any more that are hiding there? No, just 4. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, which is an odd start. I think you want to start with 6, don't you? I think we've covered that before. But anyway.
Hey Spider, how are you?
Hey Spider.
Hey guys.
Here he is. Do you want to talk us through we mentioned your game briefly to say what you said to us earlier, but do you want to talk us through it?
For week 2 or 3?
For week 3 OCC. So your was it GFI shenanigans led to some injuries?
The multiple casing of Saurus because of trying to score.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. So it was pretty obvious Wismer wasn't really trying. I mean, he did still try to score at one point, but for the most part he was just trying to knock people down and foul.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's already said, because he messed up his build to start and he didn't realize he couldn't fire pieces and get his gold back once he was in the comp.
Mm-hmm.
And they wouldn't let him change his build, so he basically just said, well, this is a throwaway season, so I really don't care what happens. I'm just going to try to kill people. So he is still trying to score, but not like that's definitely his last priority.
To be fair, I've heard that there's quite a few Underworld coaches who play like that anyway, so they're pretty, they are the fouling team, right? Essentially. Now.
Yeah, that's what they're meant to do, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
go on.
It was pretty easy for me to secure the win pretty quickly, and everything was going. He didn't have the best dice. My dice were better than average, and I was removing players pretty at a good pace. And
yeah.
Anyway, I was up 2-0. I kicked on his turn 15, so I still had 2 turns left as well. He didn't go for the ball. He put everybody up towards the front, he put his 3 guys on the line and put all the rest of his guys back on his end zone right in the middle. And he didn't even try to pick up the ball. He just left his guys there out of the way. So I did the line of scrimmage hits, ran my guys down to get in range of scoring, and the last one that I was moving was a Saurus that I did go for it to try to get into, I think it was within range of 6, because I was going to try to get him a touchdown, and he failed the GFI and permed himself, and then I used the APO and it went into a miss next game, I believe. Or no, he MNG'd himself. I used the APO to try to get so badly hurt, and the APO result was a dead.
Yeah, APOing MNGs. I guess if it's the end of the game and you've got nothing else to spend your APO on anyway. But APOing MNGs is just so not likely to work now, right?
Yeah, I would have never done it earlier in the game. It was turn 15. He only had 1 turn left, and of course on his next turn, my other source that was down there, he blitzed with the Rat Ogre, and that Adge broke. Adge or pass broke, I don't remember which. Adge, I think. Adge broke that source. So now I've got 2 source MNG'd because I used my APO trying to reset the MNG. And the Adge break, I mean, who cares about the Adge break, right? That doesn't mean nothing for the source anyway. But it's the MNG that's going to hurt more. But I was able to still get the ball with a skink and score to make it 3-0 on my turn 16. I just lost 2 source trying to do that. When I could have easily left all my guys back in my end zone and we'd have just hit in turn and I'd have had my full roster going into this next week.
Well, that is true, but then, you got a bit of SPP, didn't you? So was it worth it?
Yeah, I got more SPP. Sundrop leveled, he got a couple KAs. And he took block, so I've started on the path to trying to rebuild him as best I can. So,
yeah, there we go. Okay, we've done then the first 3 games. The next game, core night, is Gimlick versus Dewalker. So Gimlick won that one, 2-0.
Yeah, oh yeah. By the way, Spider, we've decided that we're including your points and Glentier's guesses. You mentioned in the chat, we might not do it because of the rest of us being too slack. Basically.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me either way. I'd have been perfectly okay if we didn't include them.
No, I think just to be consistent, we're going to include it. So yeah.
We probably wouldn't, miss it out on a week where you didn't turn up, right? So
exactly.
The opposite should be true. If we miss a week, then we should still count them.
So anyway, Gimlick beat Dewalker. Did Galentier or Spider bet on that one? That result?
Both of them bet on Gimlick. Yep. So perhaps an expected result.
Yeah. Gimlick's no damage really. I mean, 2 badly hurt Black Orcs, but still won. And they're both back for next week, so that's fine. The Talipine Throttlers, though, they've got a dead Retainer, which is, fine, it's the Lino, and then an MNG Retainer as well, so it's not awful. Although what the other Retainer did outblock. So.
Oh, is this one of the weirdly built Imperial nobility? Yeah, this was the nobilities with no ogre, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
I think he only had 2 blockers or something like that.
Yeah.
He's got all 4 of them now, but maybe that they haven't all played all the games. It's different. Can I actually see? Stats. There we go.
So yeah, okay. And then the final game of the week was a draw. That was Bambala Chacha versus Nitroxide, and that was a 1-1. And again, just a quick look.
We both had Bam in that one, so neither one of us got that one right.
And we've got a dead human bodyguard, who's also, well, it says dead in the MNG, so maybe it's just MNG if you upload it, maybe. I don't know. We'll see shortly when we go into the clients.
Well, death is a form of miss next game, isn't it?
Very much is a miss next game. Yeah.
He's missing the next game and another one after that.
And all of them, yeah. So, yeah, who knows? Right. Okay. So yeah, cool. Any bet? No. So no one got any bets on that one.
So both of them bet Bamba for that, which didn't happen.
Yep.
Right. OCC.
So now we want to bet on the. Let's do the coming week fray rather than going backwards and forwards. Yeah. So if we stay in that division and carry on.
Indeed.
Toby says you really are selling Underworld to me. I only just saw that. When we were talking about Underworld being the fouling team.
Okay.
To be fair, Toby was pretty fouly when he was playing with Chaos, which I wouldn't describe as the most fouly team. So that might actually be a serious comment from Toby about enjoying the idea of playing fouly Underworld.
Well, with Underworld, because they've got so many players, I mean, you can't not foul, really, can you? I mean, it'd be inefficient, suboptimal, I think, is the word, isn't it? Not to be fouling each week. But, each turn. Let's look at this week. So, Spider, you're up first, and you're playing Pidpad, his Frog Salad team. He's up to... I'm going to use old money here, so he's up to 11-10. I don't think he'll get another skill on his Blitzer, who's got 3. Old World Blocker, he won't random that, I don't think. Or the Tree Man, I'm guessing he's saving up for block, because he's got 6. But, don't know how he's going to build those. Everyone's fully fit, 2 rerolls, and has he got leader? No, not
and
yet.
A bench.
And a bit of a bench as well. Players. So, but how much tackle has he got? none. So that will cheer you up. But he has got a tree, so there's some potential for 3 dice. Certainly there.
He's got Brawler though, right? And Armbar. Armbar actually against the Skinks might do some damage, mightn't it? I don't know. I
mean, I've never seen it do any damage whatsoever, but I mean, I guess there's a time for it to shine, and perhaps against you, Spider, given your what I've seen of your dice of late, maybe that's going to be happening. But
my dice actually haven't been too bad. The first week they weren't that great, but they weren't terrible.
You're coming in at 880, so Corn Knight, I need your elite math skills to work out where we're going to be.
He's got 120 TV of Skinks, which is 1,000 TV exactly.
Okay, so you'll have...
The maths is easy.
110 to spend.
Yeah.
Which isn't enough for a wizard, but yeah.
Worse than that, it's not enough for a bias ref, which is my personal favourite.
10k short.
Yeah.
Are you going to skill this chameleon skink? How you any plans for that before the game, or are you going to leave him on 9?
I'm going to leave it at that.
Saving up for doubles.
It's only got 1 mighty blow, so yeah, I'll probably take a babe and then either 2 babes or kegs, 2 kegs.
And new money, yeah.
Maybe a keg and a couple of cheerleaders and a coach or something. I don't know. I doubt I'll take the extra APO since he's only got 1 mighty blow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know what I was thinking. I might take.
Or is there any star players you could get for that?
I can't. I think I'm going to be 5k short to. Or no, wait a minute. To induce the merc, it's 50k on top, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 50. Well, wait, it's 50k for the skill. It's 30k above normal cost, right? Yes. So it's 30k above normal cost. So
you could get
a skink lineman would be 90k.
90, so I'm 5k short to get a source.
Yeah. But you have got 125 in the bank, so...
Yeah, but I can't spend it since I'm the underdog.
Yeah, that's not how inducements work anymore.
Oh, right,
I thought you can't spend cash randomly.
I haven't bought any inducements.
So I can't merc a source, which I would have done if I'd had enough.
Yeah.
But I could potentially...
Are you saving up for the Crocs, or are you saving up for the
Crocs?
The Crocs. The Crocs is the next purchase.
Yeah, 140.
Yeah. So close.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And how are you feeling about the game?
Probably will be at least a keg and then a couple other things, maybe.
You can go first, Spider, because it's your game.
I could go with the bribe.
I like...
But I don't like fouling dwarves. Fouling dwarves is typically not a good idea because they're high armor and thick skull. And the tree I probably wouldn't foul. So really the only person I would foul would be the human catcher or the human blitzer.
And wouldn't a spare skink kind of be just as good as a bribe anyway, right? So you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why get a bribe when you could get a 12th player? I think I'd be choosing between a 12th player and 2 kegs. Really? There are definitely some stars. There are some good stars to pick that aren't in Blood Bowl 3 at the moment.
Yeah, but that's what I was just thinking. I don't think 110 is enough to get any of them, though.
No,
the ones that are in there.
No, yeah.
I mean, he has got. I think he will be fouling you because he has got a sneaky git halfling now.
So. Yeah, I'll be trying to get that halfling out as quick as I can.
That could
might almost be worth getting a bribe to foul to threaten the fouling of the halfling. I don't know.
Yeah, possible. Anyway,
I
honestly think this is going to end up a draw. But I can't pick against myself, so I still pick myself to win.
Yeah.
But I think the most likely result here is probably going to be a draw.
Yeah, I went earlier, Spider. I said you're going to lose this game because you 2 saw us down.
Yeah, and that's absolutely a good possibility.
I think Spider's got an okay chance. I put draw in because I just was like going down quickly this morning before. I think I might change some of my choices as we go down, but I think I will stick with the draw. I've been convinced by Spider saying he thinks it's going to be a draw. I think being down Saurus might slow your offense more than stop you from defending well, right? So
yeah,
So I think you could, I think a draw is just the most likely outcome most of the time anyway, right?
And you're both good coaches, so I mean it could go either way, as we always say. But yeah, I mean a draw is likely as well. But
I mean Lizards should be a better team, but they're not when they've only got 4 Saurus, right? That's the problem.
Unless the dice are heavily favored one way or the other, I think the most likely result's a draw.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game is Varus's Merry Winemakers versus Balls' Ghoul Guys. So the Merry Winemakers, yes, that's hard to say.
Have you been drinking a lot of wine already by any chance?
No, I haven't. I've had a drop since last week. He's MNG, a thrower, and a lineman, so he's coming at 8:30. He has got 3 randoms there he could have, which I doubt he's going to do because they're on the good players, as it were. And 2 rerolls. He's coming in against Ghoul Guys, who are also not missing anyone. Again, a standard undead team. 5 SPP on the Ghoul. I doubt he's going to get anything with that. He's probably going for sure hands, I imagine.
You say standard undead team. That's a 3rd Ghoul at the bottom that I think has been added since the team. Was created,
it's got 12
right?
now. No skeleton. But standard apart from that, right? I mean,
yeah.
You would. Are you subscribing to all 4 ghouls once?
Yeah, eventually.
You want all 4,
definitely.
don't you? You always keep one on the sideline, I guess.
Well, I don't like the idea of keeping them on the sideline. I mean, you tend to build them in a way that you want them on the pitch all the time anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, you go Rackle, don't you? And then he's gone for a sneaky git one, which I like straight away. So that's quite good.
With all the MNGs and injuries we've been talking about in this version of Blood Bowl, having 4 is needed because there will be games where you've only got 2, even when you've got higher. 4 rostered, right?
Yep. And there'll be games times where you have to replace them. So already having other ones built ready to replace them is going to be
bringing up the new rookies as early as possible to have at least hopefully Blodge or Rodge.
I don't mind going first for this one. I think Varus is going to struggle against that undead team with some of his missing players as well and just rookies in place. So I'm going to go for Balls for that one.
I mean, it's hardly the most wild of predictions, is it?
Don't have to be wild, do they? Just what you think.
Undead against an ability team without an ogre. In fact, an ability team with 2 loners. And the undead are like 150 TV higher, so Varus will get a wizard, and possibly more. Maybe a wizard and a babe.
Won't make much that difference, I don't think. Unless he's really lucky with a fireball. I mean, or he could frog a mummy and then hurt it. I guess that's one option.
So wait, what did you say? You're going with Balls.
I'm going with Balls.
Galentio has also gone with Balls. And I will go with Varus, and I will stick with Varus. I'm fine with that.
Okay, Spider.
And I went with a draw. I think the undead have the better predictability to win, but Varus is a very good Bretonian / knob in this case coach.
Yeah.
So if anybody could pull the draw off in this matchup, I think Varus is probably the one.
Okay.
So I went with the draw.
That sounds good.
Yeah, he really needs a couple more SPP on his blitzers, and then the matchup will change quite a lot, I think.
I mean, that will come. I mean, after the first season, it'll be some of these teams will be a lot better than they are now. So.
Yeah, and it's interesting what Ethel had just mentioned a little bit ago, and I think a lot of people don't think about doing it this way. Is using the wizard for the frog, because if you turn a mummy into a frog, now they're stunty armor 5 or 6, whatever it is, and you injure them, they stay injured like that, and I mean you could even perm them.
Wait. Frogging a mummy's hard though. Remember, it's not like lightning bolt. To frog a mummy, you need to roll a 5+. It's a anti-strength roll. Remember, so you need to roll above. You need strength above.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
I was thinking it was
roll.
I was thinking it was just the strength, the 2+.
No, it's two.
Gotcha.
It's 2+ against a strength 2 player. It's 3+ against strength 3 player, and it's a 5+ for a month.
I thought it was a 2+ because I did it to your Crocs spider, didn't I? In a game we played, and then I injured it. I remember.
You frogged it.
I frogged it, and then I hit it, and it.
Sometimes it's advantageous to not know the rules, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's
I didn't realize it was against strength like that. I thought it was just like the lightning, a 2+.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's changed. It's against the strength.
Oh well, in which case?
Oh, my point still remains. If you injure or perm it, that perm sticks.
Yeah,
and they go back.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even stick. If they get an injury when they're frogged, they can't be appoed, and it's automatically a badly hurt. So there's no perms, no deaths. But they're out of the game. In fact, one tactic that some people suggested when first reading the frog rules is if you've got a wizard and you've won the game comfortably, you should frog your own favorite player to protect them for the rest of the game, because you know that they can't die if you frog them.
They can't die. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I totally did not know the full rules of the frog. So
same here. Yeah. You learn something new every day.
There you go.
Now, good one of us knows the rules, isn't it?
Yeah. And then,
no kidding.
That frog.
I was definitely way off on my interpretation of what it was.
I'll never successfully frog anyone ever again. Now I know the rule. That's.
Okay, so yeah. I've opened the rule book just to be sure. If the roll is equal to or higher than the player's strength characteristic or a natural 6, that player turns into a frog. Yeah, so nice. I wasn't making it up.
Fireball's still 4+, right?
When a roll on the casualty table is required against the frog, no roll is made. Instead, it is automatically treated as badly hurt result has been rolled.
Right.
Gotcha.
The frog must miss the rest of the game and cannot be patched up by an apothecary because it's a frog. And appos don't know how to repair frogs.
Of course.
They're fine with minotaurs and trolls, but frogs
and slan.
Right out.
But frogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains how well my appos have been working in my slan games then.
Yeah.
Unknown anatomy.
You don't know how to fix those frogs.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, as we're on wizards, just to confirm, fireballs are still 4+. I mean,
fireballs haven't changed. So
it's a ridiculous implementation.
As long as you know the rules for the last 8 years on fireballs, you should be fine. Yeah.
I do, but I was going to say it's a ridiculous implementation of both wizards on the current UI. I think I've got it, but I don't think I could tell you how to do it, if that makes sense. So
it's getting better. They've definitely made improvements since the beginning, where you literally couldn't choose Zap at all. So it's getting there.
It's getting there. All right, next game is Gimlick versus Wiz. So we are.
Oh wait, Ethel, did you actually? Oh no, yeah. Cool. Carry on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. So Orca Cola Orcs, who are stealing your IP, Spider, they have 1035, 4 and 5, and 4 is the SPP. So I don't think he'll be going for any randoms. Although I think the other two, well, certainly one of these Goblin Bruisers did go for a random, and they got the quite excellent defensive, which is pretty cool.
They're both random, but one is a random general and one is a random agi.
Thank you, Core Knight.
So like he's got defensive. Whether he bothered, like after you've got defensive, do you want any more random agi skills? You should probably save up for random general. Danton would definitely be saying he should be saving up for random general, and he shouldn't even roll the defensive.
That's good though on the defensive. I like that.
Yeah, defensive's great skill.
Great skill. So you might get into the skill on this other Goblin Bruiser's got 4 SPP at the moment, but we'll see.
Probably not.
Not. I think he would have done by now, wouldn't he? Gimlick, okay, and he is playing Wiz's badly built Underworld team. I mean, as a league admin, I probably would have allowed him to resubmit a team. To be quite honest with you,
what was he complaining? What was wrong with his team? What's he done? Oh, he had one too many rerolls, didn't he? So he had 3 rerolls, and he didn't have all his players. Is that right? I can't remember why it was bad.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, he didn't have all the snotlings either. Like he only had 4 snotlings, and we were saying, "Oh my god, why would you only have 4 snotlings?" Yeah. But he's like, the team is now basically a normal snotling team, right?
Yeah, I mean it's 970, 3 rerolls. I mean, he's not looking too bad now. I mean, yeah, he's got a Snotling at the top there as well, sneakily, to confuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got all 6 now.
No, he doesn't have a blitzer. There's no rat blitzer.
Okay. Yeah, no dollar either to get anything. But yeah. So I mean, it's not awful. I mean, the blitz, I suppose, is not great not to have, but he's got block on the thrower. That's his blitzer there, really. Unless you can use the Roger, which would equally valid.
He probably uses the Roger.
He's got Brawler on the Roger as well. They don't start with Brawler, do they? So
no, that's a random.
See, I don't like that choice because you're more than likely going to be perhaps blitzing with the Roger. It doesn't work on a blitz, does it? So
no,
I wouldn't have got Brawler. Doesn't add anything defensively either. So
it is a random. He didn't pick it. He was randoming strength skills, hoping for jugs or guard or stand firm, right?
Well, fair enough. But I don't like it. But fair enough.
Don't like it.
Don't like it. So, based on your match reports, Spider, I'm going to go for Gimlick for that one, I think. And I've gone first twice now, but yeah, Black Orcs.
I went for Wiz in my rapidly clicking through things, but having heard that as well, I'm going to change to a draw. Actually, maybe he can foul enough to get a draw out of this game.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's still possible he could get a draw or win. It's just absolutely not his.
Yeah, he's not playing, right? So.
Yeah, if he's able to remove, 8 of his players and he has no other choice but to score, he's going to score.
He might foul on turn 8 first.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like I kind of compare it to Corn Knight, and you may get this reference to Arabi in the OFL.
Yeah.
He would rather do hits and foul on turn 8 instead of scoring. And if he doesn't get caught and everything works out, then he'll score. But he's okay with not scoring.
I'm not sure. I think Arabi is he's built a reputation, and his reputation helps him win games because people are afraid of him. It's the same in Rebel. People discuss it as like an Arabi tactic or whatever. So he's famous enough that when people play against him, they cower a little bit.
They expect him to foul,
and that makes his winning games easier. He definitely tries to win. He doesn't, he doesn't. He doesn't do 16 turns of fouling, but he definitely uses every chance he gets to remove a player.
He does, but I have seen him foul on turn 8.
Yeah,
not worrying about scoring.
Yeah.
Not that he does it every time, but I have seen him do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next round is Bambala Cha Cha versus Crunky Chops. So, quick look at the Evil Sun Ed Stompers. 1090. Just 4 and 4 on the big unblockers. So, one's got block already. So, no more skills, I don't think, to come. Blitzer's got 5, probably not going to do anything. Lyman, you got 3. I mean, you could. I mean, he's got 85k, so he could get a random on the Lyman and replace if it's not a great skill. But
he might. He's got Goblin. I hope he's saving up for the Troll.
Yeah, I mean,
and if he's saving up for the Troll, you don't want to random on the Orc because you don't want to fire the Orc and have to replace him. Right?
Yeah.
So probably not, but I wouldn't hate randoming general on
no, I think looking at those that he's got, I mean, some are dreadful, but a lot of them aren't bad.
A sure hands Orc lineman is not even bad in this team, right? They don't have a thrower, so it's a good thrower replacement.
Exactly. I mean, it's not going to be.
Wrestle's good, Block's good, Frenzy's good, Dirty Player's good, Dauntless is okay, Pro is okay. There's loads of things that you'd pay 10k for and 3 SUP.
Exactly. I mean, even the sort of second tier like Kick isn't awful, So yeah, be tempted. But yeah, like saving for the Troll is probably the more sensible choice. So even if you did random it, then you just keep him no matter what he got. But he's going to be on the line anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter for 10k if he's got. I mean, what would be the shittest skill that you could have there? Like shadowing probably. But if he's on the line anyway, I mean, it doesn't make any difference, does it? So.
Well, I've randomed some skills on one of my frogs, and he's got shadowing and dauntless. So
Not awful.
Right. I mean, yeah, it is awful. They're the two
it's...
worst skills you get in this group, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe fend a close third. Anyway, and he's playing Crunky Chops and his Serpent's Dominion.
Yes. Who are looking like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 6 blockers, Saurus blockers. He's got potential for 2 randoms on a skink. But
this team looks like it's 1,000 TV. He's just built it. It's just fresh, but he's got a bunch of SPP. What?
Yeah, he's not tipped anyone over to 6 yet, and he hasn't gone for any randoms. So
yeah, and he's not bought anything. He's got money burning a hole in his pocket.
Well, I imagine he's saving it for the Crocs as well, right? 110. How much are Crocs these days? 140 or 150 now?
140.
140.
140.
Yeah, 140.
So we'll definitely have one after this game. 2 rerolls. Yeah. So basically, rookie lizards versus
an orc team with guard and block and a goblin.
Yeah.
Well, I actually went for a draw originally, but I'm changing my vote to Bambala Chachas or.
Okay. Spider, what do you think?
I went Crunky.
Is that lizard solidarity,
originally,
or are you going to change?
That was just picking. I did the same thing, so I think I picked Crunky because of the name of the coach. But looking at the teams, I think the extra skills in the orcs, and this is going to get like 90k inducements. But I don't. You're having trouble working out what to do with your 100 and whatever.
I mean, that's going to be a keg.
90's worse.
Yeah, 90's worse. A keg. It's going to be a keg and either 2 cheerleaders or
probably a cheerleader and a coach and a keg. Yeah. Knowing how Bam plays though, because I played him the very first week, I'm gonna switch mine, but I'm gonna switch to a draw.
Cool.
Okay. I was going to go for a draw, but now you've gone up for that draw, Spider. I'm also going to go for Bambala Chacha.
That's you, me, and Glentio all gone for Bambala Chacha cha cha cha.
All right, I'll switch to.
Glentio's also gone for Bambala Chacha cha.
Okay, I'll switch to Crunky then, Core Knight, if you can make that adjustment.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, trusting the lizards. Okay, the last game in A is the Pantaloon Privateers versus the Talapine Throttlers. That's Nitroxide versus DeWalker. Pantaloon Privateers. Thanks, Gruff. And indeed I do. I'm a Maverick. He's only got 10 players. 850 in the bank. So he'll be 895, I think, with that loner. 2 rerolls. No skills. Well, dodge on one of the blitzers. That's it. 9. Okay, 9 on the throw. What's he saving up for? Or do you reckon he's gonna get something?
Maybe he's saving up for a stat. Maybe he's gonna take movement or whatever.
I mean, it's a long way. I mean, he's halfway there, so he's got to get to 18. But would you do that? I mean, block's better in it for them. But I don't know. I've never played them, so.
It is interesting. I think I'd want leader and block and sure hands and actually useful skills instead of running pass. I don't know.
Ideally, that's what you'd want to do, but maybe he's wanting to get a plus pass stat.
Yeah.
I don't know. And make him a true passer. I don't know.
I mean,
ideally, you'd want to go leader block first. Yeah.
Or leader sure hands, or sure hands leader possibly even.
I mean, the blitzers do
kick off return as well.
The blitzers do have catch, so there is an outlet there. But I mean, to use the most risky skill.
Oh, this is the team that only had 2 bodyguards. I knew there was one knob team that only had 2 bodyguards.
Yeah. 2 bodyguards. No, I think did the ogre die? So there was a blank line at the top of the screen.
Yeah, I think perhaps he did. Yeah.
Yeah. That was probably the ogre. You're right.
He's only got 2 rerolls as well, so it's not like he bought loads of other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And this is a battle between 7th and 8th at the moment. Both knob teams further down in the pecking order compared to Varus.
Well, see, it's an even more sorry story when we look at Walker's team. So he's got 8 players, but guard
with no ogre.
So this is the team that chose to not have an ogre. The other team had their ogre die, right?
But he has got four bodyguards, 2 blitzers. I mean, it's not awful, is it? But 1 guard. But yeah, this has got. I think for me, this has got draw written all over it, right? Probably 0-0 as well. I think, but
okay.
Yeah.
Galentio went for DeWalker.
Oh.
I'm actually changing. I put draw earlier, but I'm going to change it to DeWalker because I think, although they're both missing an ogre, DeWalker is the one with 4 bodyguards, and the other guy's got 2. So
again on paper that would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Rather than a thrower, we use garbage.
I played DeWalker week 2.
How do you?
And he wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the phrase "damning with faint praise"?
There.
Well, I got a few removals pretty quick and early, so he was really under the gun after that. But I mean, he wasn't a terrible coach.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But nitroxide.
No, I've never played it, so I don't know nothing about it.
I know nothing either. I just think it's funny. We risked Gruff saying, surprise, surprise, Knob's doing shit.